Namaste and welcome, beloved mighty companions, to this holy light circle, honoring the infinite light within that is. It's within and without, it's everything. And the light of divine being and honesty of God and our direct experience as light beings. Is the light here and is it everything? Yet it's no thing, nothing. Yeah, there's some beautiful joinings yesterday. It's beautiful because a number of beings have said, you get just great reflections back saying, I really don't want to join, but I joined anyway. And that is, Jesus is saying that's such a direct way because the ego wants to deny joining. See, and the symbol is coming together, seeming two beings coming together. And the ego is going to avoid that because it can't hold on to lack of content in that joining. So it is very fast means given by Jesus for the dissolution of personal identity. Very fast. And also several beings telling me, oh, I don't like those light circles. I can tell I really don't want to hit that button. And then but I'm doing it anyway, and you could see because this is such a fast means to look directly. And it's also an opportunity to see who's the one who's resisting the light circles. Like whose voice is that that's saying, no, I don't want to go. If you're truly guided, Jesus will tell you when you're done, and there's something else. But the ego will just move. Just notice we've all been around the spiritual block. It's going to want to jump the track. I'm going to find something else. See, this is not working. Well, who's saying that? It wants to jump track and find a whole new way to see that it's, it just wants to keep jumping track. This is not working. And usually that means it is working. So all we have to do is look and see what's true, that the light's already here. And to ask Jesus, do we stay put? He'll let you know, when it's time, when there's something even more, can be something more helpful. We can't really say. He's the only one who knows. Is the light the only one that knows what's most helpful because it has the big picture. It's a part of us that remembers totality, is consistently here. So we just keep joining and keep sharing those thoughts. And I joined with Teresa last night. And it was really beautiful because we were talking about this and she was talking about, as we all see these denials, I feel fear. And then we look, what's below fear? And we can look, what's below fear? In every case, we ask, what's under fear? Or what's under anger? What's under these things? So we're always looking at the anger or the fear itself. See, we get involved in that movement. In the movement, we were laughing about the windshield wipers. When you're watching rain, your eyes aren't, you would be dizzy if you just watch those windshield wipers go. And that's what we're doing. We're following the windshield wiper, left, right, left, right. No wonder we feel dizzy. Does the light go left and right? It's just here. So instead of focusing, oh, I feel sad right now, focus on what's under the sadness. And you go under the sadness and you might find, just see what's under there. Desire to deny divinity. It's a desired experience to not look and have Jesus take us to the basement. And in every case, when you go down there with them, she gets to the bottom. She goes, I go, what's down there? Nothing. Or you can see it'll go right to choice. I want choice. And what's below choice? Nothing. So the whole point here is Jesus is showing that every one of these things is nothing. I know Muji would say that it's nothing, 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 nothing. And if you follow these little things, instead of following them up and out, we just follow them down the elevator. with the one who knows and let the one who knows show us it's nothing. So we're denying miracles so we don't have to see it's nothing, so we can be something. Even though we see in the light of divine being, is there anything here? Is there anything here in the light? Nothing's here. So that's the play. So just take the elevator, just be curious. You know, we get into curiosity. I love that. The Last Mimsy. What an adorable movie that little movie is. Because it's innocence. It's innocence going, you know, no idea about what's here. When some object lands on the beach and they're out at the beach thing, they're like all over it. I want to find out what this is. This little thing that ends up on the beach. They're all fascinated with it. The little girl starts a conversation with it. The parents are going, oh my God, what's happening? And it was spectacular unwinding, serving the world. The kids were serving the world. It was just really adorable of this innocence of serving the world. So we come together to join in infinite light to see that it's all nothing. We can ask. Let's do it together. It's so much fun. It was so much fun. We're having such a good time. We're having such a good time looking at the denials and just a minute, oh, I don't want it, or whatever it is, you know. And it becomes very lighthearted. And that's really what Jesus is saying. This is very lighthearted when you see it's nothing under there. If we look at, let's just pick an emotion, pick one. Something that seems intense, maybe fear. What's under fear? What's under anger? And let the light lead it down and find out what's under there. Is anything under there actually? Does the light look under that cover and find something? See, it's the cover over. It's the asteroid belt, not to see that nothing's there. Nothing ever happens. So as we go down and we feel those feelings, so we can see we're light, we start with light. And it's Jesus's miracle sandwich. Here's the light. The light's always here. It's constant. No light, no light, no light miracle, no light miracle, no light miracle, no light miracle, no light miracle. Oh, there's only a miracle. There's nothing here. That's the whole gig. So it goes like that. Here's the light. Ta-da, everything. No. Oh, I don't like my brother. Don't like. Oh, forgiveness, 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 forgiveness. Oh no, there's only the light here. There's nothing happening. That's how it works. That's all it is. Or it can go like this too. It's like, here's the light. Denial of light. Oh, I don't want a miracle. I don't want a miracle. Delay. Don't want a miracle. Ask for a miracle so that I'll ask for miracles. Ask for miracle to deny the miracle. Accept miracle, 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 miracle. Oh, nothing happened. That's how it works. And then, why didn't I accept that miracle? Nothing happened. We all have seen this. And then you can't even remember what it was. What was the problem? I can't even find that anywhere. It never happened. That's what he's teaching us with the light training. So, and to be together and see that it really can be lighthearted. Okay, lesson 270. And accepting the lesson when we forget to ask for a miracle, because what's the lesson for today? The higher order thinking thoughts of God. I will not use the body's eyes today. Okay, Jesus, show me what does that mean? That's a good question. Like you read these and go, what does it mean not to use the body's eyes? Let's ask the light. Do we actually need the body's eyes? Light says no. Immediately. No. What we need is the one who knows. And to see what they call it the third eye, the spiritual sight. That's just so that there's no emphasis on the visual field, what's appearing. And light says, no, you don't need it. What we need is spiritual sight, sight with the light sight. Does the spiritual eye, does infinite light need eyes to see? It's a different kind of seeing. It's seeing light. It's just light, being, not seeing with the eyes. Father, Christ's vision is your gift to me. Is seeing with the light Christ's vision? See, the functioning and consciousness, supposedly, of something looking through eyeballs is to look for something that's wrong, to be constantly alert. Donna. We can ask the light that. Is that the play in consciousness of vision? The vision's always looking for danger. See if that's true. Is the eyeballs made to look for what isn't? So it's a total absorption in what isn't through the sight. That's why spiritual sight, we need spiritual sight. And to break that habit of not using sight to deny divinity, visual system, the visual alert system. What's wrong? You can just notice how many times you walk through the room again, and the senses, here's the senses in the consciousness field, Donna. I'm going to find, where is that speck of dirt on the floor? Where is my brother too fat, too skinny, too dark, too light, too, just looks like he plain doesn't like me, see? And we use visual cues. We hone in on a facial feature. It's like facial recognition. He doesn't look like he likes me. She doesn't look like she, see, it's a relative play in the visual field. Like Jesus was telling me, you like to focus on what's not happening. That's what we do. Focus on what's not happening. The play of vision, visual sight to deny divinity. We'll ask the light. In the light of divine being, is the light, is the thought that their eyes, is that, first of all, let's ask the light, is eyes, or eyes only a thought? I think I told that story where I had this really headache and, Jesus, show me all the denials. And then finally he says to me, you think you have a head. Not everyone's ready to hear that, but it's pretty fun. You think you have eyes. Let's ask Jesus, do we think we have eyes and don't have eyes? That vision is eyes. See, that's the whole gig. Everything I see. And then Jesus has a belief, a desire. It's a belief. You do not believe if you do not see it. It's not real. See that belief, the desire for the experience. If you do not see it, it's not real. That's what's hilarious in science. Well, if I can't sense it, I can't see it, I can't measure it, then it's not real. And then quantum mechanics comes along. How do you measure the interconnectivity of all things? Get out a tape measure to see it's all. And I can laugh because I was a scientist. But I could see it was a defense. It was a play in consciousness, defend, to play in form, measure form and see how it works. It's all innocent. Father, today's Christ vision is your gift to me, and it has the power to translate that the body's eyes behold into the sight of a forgiven world. Let's see, does the light have the power to translate all that the body's eyes behold into a sight of a forgiven world? And hear that, that's good news. That's good news. Yes. Jesus, is there any desire below my level of awareness to use visuals to deny divine light? To have an experience where what I see with my eyes is going to boot me out of heaven? We ask. It goes, yes. Okay. Just admit it. We do. Okay. Okay, can we ask a miracle for anything in our visual field to deny the light, to be shown with the light that ain't so? I'm willing to see it differently. I'm willing to have a change in perception. But the visual field tells me anything about myself. That's what we want. We want an experience where what we see with our eyeballs can tell us who we are. Let's see if that's possible in the light of divine being. We'll ask for a change of perception. Why not? Go for the whole enchilada. The whole change in perception that the visual field is anything. Let's look below. What's below the desire to actually see with the eyes? The desire for choice. See, the eyes go around and choose things it wants to see. And what it wants to focus on. There's like a billion objects, note that homing mechanism. It hones in on that one thing or two things not right with the world. Like there'll be 1,000 bodies in a crowd. You'll be in a football field, 1,000, and the eyes are going to hone. Dun, 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 dun. How does it do that? What's it doing that for? It's a play in consciousness. So it can still do that. It may. But they're not used anymore. The spirit uses them in purpose to serve the whole. See, they're not honing in anymore on something to find something wrong, to find that one thing that's not working. But it's a secret. That's a secret play in consciousness. Not one thing's not working to try to fix the world. See, I'm going to redecorate the world, like David calls it. I'm going to reorganize the chairs on the Titanic. All the boats sinking. Do we really want to be involved in that traffic of reorganizing things? That's what we have to ask Jesus. Because I think I told that story. I could watch myself here. I can't, it's like a dead head. Like if a flower is dead, I know that, it's just, does this serve the whole? To even pick this flower head, because it's a distraction from seeing what's true. It can be, or it can be given. Then sometimes it's given, okay, go out in the garden and deadhead. But it's no longer used like for the purposes of finding something in the world and trying to fix form. It's no longer used to deny that the light's here. You see that there's a problem. The movement's not out of trying to fix something in form anymore, using the eyes for that purpose. The eyes for judgment. See how much judgment there is in the visual field. Is there a lot? Let's ask Jesus. Is there a lot of, are the eyes misused? And see how consistently they're misused to try to prove that we're dead. Or we'll be killed, right? Because you're looking, when you're walking down the street, you start seeing that in this, don't you? In this spiritual journey, you start noticing how much you're trying to look over your shoulder. I could see that too. I was watching how much the eyes would search. Like, do I need to buy? Is there anything here I need to buy? I'd go on that mission. Like, none of it's a problem in the light of divine being. Like, there's not a single thing the body does is a problem. It's just that we generate that experience of honing in on certain things, then finding something wrong with it, then being mad about it, to deny that the light's here. So we're turning over. So I feel it's helpful to say, show me everywhere the eyes are denying light. I'm using them. Is it a desired experience? We can see in the light. It's a desired experience to use what the eyes see to deny light. Yet when we look, again, this is what gets funnier and funnier. Even if we want to deny light, the light's still here. So we can rest when we see with the visual sight of God. Christ vision sees no error. I know, I love those. I've talked about them before. Renee bought these cute little owls. God, I love those little things. They're so, so cute. They're little owl statues about this high. You know, remember this? See no evil. Their little wings. Hear no evil, speak no evil. You start really seeing, what are they talking about? It's not avoiding doing that. It's just seeing that that is not true, you know, and no longer investing in the untrue, using the sensory experience to deny divinity. And so as the perceptions, we get whole perception. We're no longer on that, you know, the fear mode. Going into the tunnel. Yeah, you ever that experience? You notice that, like when you're in a state of fear, the visual system closes down to a tunnel. We're living in that tunnel all the time because we're always in a state of, you know, we can be very open, visual field, open to all that is. Translate all that the body's eyes behold into a sight of a forgiven world. How glorious and gracious is this world? Okay, Jesus, show me anywhere I don't want to see where this world is glorious and gracious. The desire, an ungracious world. I'm willing to look for a miracle, because if we don't see it, he's telling how glorious and gracious. So we can be honest. In honesty of God, am I feeling like this is a glorious and gracious world? Thus, I have a desire for an experience. Do I have a desire for experience for unglorious, ungracious world? And he's pointing to the world of light. How glorious and gracious is the world of infinite light. The world lit by the light of God, which it's already lit, but since our eyes are closed to it, we can't see the world with the eyes of light. So we just ask for a miracle. Jesus, I'd like to have a change in perception and not seeing the world with the glory of the light of God. Can we ask for that? It's a good miracle. It's a good miracle. That's a really good miracle. Get the thumbs up from Jesus on that. Gracious in this world. Yet how much more will I perceive in it than sight can give? See, beyond even the sparkling. Because a lot of beings, when they talk about waking up, they see, oh, the world just sparkles. There's just a little sparkle out there. It appears in different ways. Doesn't have to appear any one way. You're just really happy, regardless of what's in the visual field. See, we trained ourselves to be happy based on what's in the visual field. See, that's why we want to get away, quote, and go on vacation and sit out and look at a nice beach. See that visual field, a nice sunset. See how the selectivity starts working? Nice mountain view. Now that may appear, but you can see that you're happy. Is happiness dependent on what the eyes see? In the light of divine being, is happiness dependent on what appears in the visual field? So as long as the eyes are being used by the ego to look for things that are fearful, things that are problem, things that don't work, then we suffer that. Yet how much more will I perceive in it than sight can give? See, sight of the eyes, how much does the light perceive? It's a different kind of perceiving. Holistic, whole perception. It's no longer, you know, we're no longer hunting for the problem through our eyes or through our ears, through our touch. The world forgiven signifies your son acknowledges his father, lets his dreams be brought to the truth, and waits expectantly the one remaining instant more of time, which ends forever, as your memory returns to him. The world forgiven signifies your son acknowledges his father. Let's ask the light. Does the world forgiven signify your son acknowledges his father? See, when we acknowledge the Father, the light within, is the world already forgiven? See that acknowledgement. That's acknowledging the Father, acknowledging that nothing is everything, but not an object thing. No thing. No thing is peace. As soon as there's an object, there's be tension. There's other. Other is tension. Other's intention and tension. Tension. Your son acknowledges his father, lets his dreams be brought to truth. See, this is by staying as the light and bringing the dreams to the truth, to the light. See, all the subconscious desires, they're just rising up. Oh, I do want that. Oh, I can ask for a miracle, change that perception as it comes into awareness. He's bringing them. We're asking Jesus, show me all the denials, and they rise up. See, all the dreams rising up into the light that's here, all the denials, and waits expectantly the one remaining instant more of time, which ends forever as your memory returns to him. See how the timeless falls away when we focus, when we see the light. We acknowledge the light. Oh, I have been wrong. The light is here all along. Okay, I'm wrong. And see how simple it is to be wrong. And how light it is to be wrong about everything we see, everything we ever thought. And now his will is one with yours. In the light is our will one with the Father, as light being, see. Is the Father's will for us perfect happiness? Hear the light answer that. We spend time with the light. Is this a valuable use of time? And hear the light go, yes. That's availability to revelatory experience. Spending time with the light to see that everything in this course is true. The time we take is optional, but what the time will be spent in hell. We can ask the light that. The desire for choice, is the desire for choice hell? That's why for those who recognize the light, we can see that no time is needed to recognize light. The time is needed because we deny the miracle. That miracles are already here, and we like denying miracles. We can ask the light that. We're not perfectly happy, we're liking and valuing denying the miracle. So we can't ask for too many miracles and too quickly. It's the dissolution of time. The dissolution of the perception of the world in fragmentation, and that hunting mechanism to hunt for what's wrong. And we need help. Do we need help of the light to see through these and have these denials revealed to us? Are we willing to see what we have denied because it's true? Are we willing to see, just be the light? You're just looking at how much the light isn't wanted, even though it's still here, even though it can't be gotten rid of. As your memory returns to him, and now his will is one with yours. His function now is but your own, and every thought except your own is gone. And the light of divine being and honesty of God is every thought except our own, your own, gone. So it's acceptance of the lights, no longer asking, see, having a desired experience for thoughts other than our own. So we ask for Jesus for a miracle and the change in perception to change for the desire that it's possible to desire thoughts other than our own thoughts. Will you show me the desire for thoughts other than my own thoughts, and to believe them and play in them and dance with them and suffer with them? Yet to see the innocence, see it with the light of truth. It's innocent. Yet it is self-denial of the whole. We thank Jesus for showing us today. I will not use the body's eyes today. Is there any desire to use the body's eyes today that I can already ask for your help with? Will you help me not to use the body's eyes and show me that body's eyes aren't even necessary for really anything? We already know that because blind people get along fine. Yet they can be used in the holy purpose. So we ask Jesus to show us the holy purpose for the eyeballs, for the idea that vision comes through eyes, to see a world made new by the light of the Holy Spirit within. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.